The beauty of beachcombing lies in, if you're extremely lucky, you might encounter anything. A brown bear discovered a seal stranded on the shore. This is undoubtedly nature's best gift. Eating this seal will provide it with enormous calories. Even as the largest predator in North America. But in the early stages of growth, they are still accompanied by softness and cuteness. The two little guys now are as clingy as glue. Mother bear Sophia, regarding such things, is already used to it. In the first year after the cubs are born, the mother and cubs will stay together at all times. Besides needing to forage, mother bear Sophia also needs to be constantly vigilant about other bears around, because during the brown bear mating season, whether it's male bears or female bears that haven't given birth, they are equally irritable. Male bears in heat will try to mate with as many surrounding female bears as possible, and the female bear's intentions are the same as the male bears. In this area, whether in terms of size or fighting ability, Ren can be considered the strongest existence. Even the film crew has to kneel when they see him. And this posture can effectively avoid conflict with the male bear. Ren's weight of about half a ton makes it rare to find another bear of his weight class here. Usually, if Ren is willing, he can mate with any female bear here. However, Ren is not promiscuous. He is only interested in this female bear named Alice. She is young and in her prime, and has never given birth. These 2 points alone are enough to fascinate Ryan. But Alice has no intention of committing herself to him, because she believes she has better options. After all, her own qualities are evident. Obviously, Alice already considers Ryan as backup option number 1, and before she mates with Ryan, she will drive away any male bear trying to get close to Ryan. Brown bears' relationships are far more complex than people imagine. When Alice hasn't accepted him, Ryan can only wait patiently. A few weeks later, the mother bear Sophia is still on the coastline, searching for high-nutrient food. Based on her current physical condition, if she only eats sedge grass, it's hard to meet the growth needs of her 2 cubs. As dusk falls, the mother and cubs are still lingering here. The tide rises quickly. The mother and cubs are instantly engulfed by the seawater. Sophia might be able to cope, but the 2 little cubs get lost in the turbulent tide. The early spring seawater is bone-chillingly cold. This is unbearable for the little cubs. In just 1 minute, Sophia loses 1 cub. The next day, Sophia is still immersed in the pain of losing her cub. About half of the cubs cannot successfully survive their first year. Many accidents are unavoidable for mother bears. Next, Sophia needs to focus all her energy on this only child. At the same time, she must find enough food to raise this little one. It's early June. Alaska's daylight hours extended to 20 hours. But summer only lasts a few short weeks. Brown bears, in a year, only have a little over half a year of activity time. During this time, they must quickly complete the tasks of fattening up and reproducing. At this time, Ryan is still pursuing Alice, but there hasn't been any real progress. Another male bear has arrived here, seemingly also interested in Alice. Ryan immediately becomes alert, ready for a big fight at any moment. When the newcomer male bear sees Ryan approaching, it wisely chooses to retreat. In this area, there are many other male bears coveting Alice, so he must keep a close watch on her. On the opposite coastline, Sophia is still digging through the sand for clams. She desperately needs this nutrition. However, the mother and cub encounter Ryan. Sophia doesn't hesitate at all, hurriedly taking the cub away from this place. Sophia once again takes the cub into the cold sea. She seems to have forgotten that her own other child was swept away by the sea. The mother and cub begin to cross this bay, preparing to head to the isolated island opposite. As the mother bear swims further away, the cub slips off her back. As Sophia gradually disappears from view, it's unknown if the cub is dead or alive. The next day, on this meadow, Ryan faces more rivals. These brown bears have arrived here after a long trek. They walk and mark their territory, wantonly releasing their restless hormones. Even facing so many competitors, they still cannot shake Ryan's dominant position here, because his size is simply too large. Towards these outsiders, Ryan didn't pay much attention. because any male bear's first reaction upon seeing him is to run. The only thing he needs to do now is to win over Alice as quickly as possible, to avoid any complications. However, Alice's attitude towards Ryan is still not very warm. For this reason, Ryan has to find other ways to attract her. He starts rolling in the dry seaweed. This scent is extremely tempting to female bears. Just then, a male bear approaches Alice to try his luck. Surprisingly, Alice, after spending less than a few seconds with him, actually accepted him. The matesome bears pursue relentlessly. Other bears obtain almost effortlessly. When Ryan, not far away, realized something was wrong, he quickly turned around. He was instantly stunned by this dramatic scene. At the same time, he felt extremely frustrated, and the cameraman nearby couldn't stop smiling. Ryan rushed over anxiously. At this moment, Alice had already figured out a plan. When Ryan arrived, something incredible happened. Alice, who had just finished mating, was pretending to chase away the other male bear. This seems to be telling Ryan that she was coerced. It's hard to imagine a female bear being so deceitful. On the other hand, after crossing the bay, Sophia and her cub safely settled down on this isolated island. This place is very suitable for them. There's no threat from other male bears, and the sedge grass here is also very lush. The mother and cub can fully enjoy the summer life. Until the salmon run, they don't plan on leaving here. After what happened last time, Ryan started guarding Alice more closely. A few days later, Ryan and Alice's relationship quickly heated up, and they completed mating. After doing all this, Ryan finally stopped pestering her. In the coming weeks, they need to actively prepare for the annual feast. Sophia on the isolated island is also preparing to leave, to go to the bay to welcome the arrival of the salmon. Every autumn, the entire bay will be filled with food. This is also the annual carnival for the Alaska brown bears. About a month has passed. The female bears start moving to the river estuaries, hoping to catch the first batch of salmon this year, but it's still early. There might be some salmon in the river, but far fewer than the number of bears. But at the estuary, there will always be some unexpected gains. This female bear caught a halibut. Seeing this, the other bears immediately started moving, but often, their fishing is more like chasing shadows. Only a very small number. The bear can catch such a long salmon. Another 2 weeks passed. The vanguard of the salmon run began to arrive here. At this time, the brown bear entered a frantic feeding mode. This is an experienced mother bear. The fat cub beside her is the best proof. Every time the mother bear catches a salmon, it's a female full of roe. For the cub, this is the best nourishment. At this time, Sophia has returned to the bay, for the cub's safety. She chose a relatively secluded estuary to fish. They have arrived late. They need to join this feast as soon as possible. Her cub needs to, in the next 2 months or so, double its weight, to survive this year's winter. Every year during the salmon run season, it is accompanied by bad weather. Even when storms hit, Sophia still holds her ground here, so that she and her cub can eat more salmon. She must race against time. The next day, almost all the brown bears gathered here. This included Ryan and Alice. After the last mating, the two bears have nothing more to do with each other. A seal is stranded on the coastline, in an area full of brown bears. Its situation is very precarious. Alice was the first to spot this seal. Without any hesitation, she quickly secured this big meal. And this scene was also seen by Ryan not far away, although his belly was already full of salmon. But he wants to taste the seal more. Ryan starts chasing after it. He no longer cared about Alice. Alice quickly runs away, but it's already too late. In the end, the seal was successfully snatched by Ryan. Alice can do nothing about it. Ryan was no longer the pushover she could easily manipulate. Ryan can't eat this seal right now. He plans to bury it, saving it to eat slowly tomorrow. But doing this is clearly not wise. As the tide rises, it's unknown whose meal this seal will eventually become. Although Ryan is quite strong, his mind isn't that sharp. Facing the incoming tide, he can only retreat to the shore. The next morning, the tide took away Ryan's seal. He's still sniffing around here, not understanding who stole his food. At this moment, he stares at the photographers opposite him, facing the aggressive Ryan. The photographer silently takes out a can of pepper spray. Then the two of them immediately knelt down and explained to Ryan they didn't steal the seal. After clearly smelling that these two people didn't smell like seal, Ryan left. Unlucky Ryan continues searching for the seal's whereabouts. Meanwhile, Sophia has been fishing here all day. Before winter arrives, even eating one more fish is a gain. Until evening time, he then discovered there seemed to be a strange smell on the shore. He actually found a seal here. This unexpected harvest is worth at least dozens of salmon. And this food will also provide higher calories for the mother and cub. As the last batch of salmon enters the bay, inside Sophia's body there is already a sufficient layer of fat, and her cub has also gained a lot of weight. After the salmon finish spawning, the daylight hours in Alaska will also become shorter and shorter. Sophia will also take her cub into the mountains to hibernate.